People might say that the biggest killers in the world in 2019 are heart disease, maybe stroke, or perhaps HIV or malaria. But there's a killer that was operating in the background, one that killed more people than HIV or malaria that year. I'm talking about antimicrobial resistance. In 2022, a landmark study was published in The Lancet by the Antimicrobial Resistance collaborators. It is the most comprehensive estimate of the global burden of antibiotic resistance ever produced. Today, we are going to look at the data. We are going to break down two specific charts from this paper, Figure 4 and Figure 6, that explain exactly what is killing us and why our medicines are failing. Before we look at the graphs, we need to understand the scale. The researchers analyzed 471 million individual records from 204 countries. They found two massive numbers. First, 4.95 million deaths were associated with bacterial antimicrobial resistance. That means the person died, they had a drug-resistant infection, but other factors might have contributed. But the second number is the smoking gun. 1.27 million deaths were directly attributable to antimicrobial resistance. This means if the antibiotics had worked, those 1.27 million people would likely be alive today. If you look at this chart, you see a list of bacteria. The study tracked 33 different pathogens, but the terrifying reality is that just 6 of them are responsible for the vast majority of the deaths. Look at the top of the bars. Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus, shown here at the top. They are the most common cause of things, like urinary tract infections and skin and blood infections. Notice how the bars are split. The solid color represents the deaths directly caused by resistance. And together, these top 6 pathogens, including Klebsiella and Pneumococcus, cause nearly 1 million of those attributable deaths. Figure 4 tells us that we aren't fighting some rare exotic virus. We are dying from the bacteria we live with every day because we have lost the ability to control them. But a bacterium is only half of the story. It becomes a superbug when it learns to defeat a specific drug. This graph shows us the specific bug-drug combinations. This is essentially a map of our pharmaceutical failures. The red color indicates the highest number of global deaths, followed by orange. This is concerning due to the resistance the bacteria are showing to various antibiotics. An example is like multi-drug resistant tuberculosis and the coli resistant to third-generation cephalosporins or fluoroquinolones. Why does this figure matter? Because these drugs are like workhorses of modern medicine. When this figure shows high numbers here, it means our primary safety nets are full of holes. So, what is the importance of these two figures? Figure 4 tells us to focus on hygiene, vaccination, and infection control on those top 6 bacteria. Figure 6 tells us we need new antibiotics specifically targeting those resistant strains. The post-antibiotic era isn't a prediction. According to this data, millions of people in 1929, it was already. And this take us to be awareness is the first step to fixing this pipeline.